Adam. On the auspicious occasion of Sadhguru's Enlightenment Day, we warmly welcome each one of you to this special Satsang with Sadhguru. A heartfelt welcome to those as well who are joining us online from around the world.
One afternoon, I just went and sat on a small hill, which was in a town where I grew up. Till that moment, I always thought, this is me and that's somebody else. I had no issue with that somebody else, but that is somebody, this is me. For the first time, I did not know which is me and which is not me. What was me was just spread all over the place. I thought this madness lasted for 5–10 minutes, but when I came back to my normal ways of being, 4.5 hours had passed. I'm sitting right there, fully conscious, eyes open. I sat there around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 7:30 in the evening, sun has set, and I thought it's only 10 minutes, but 4.5 hours had passed. For the first time in my adult life, tears were flowing to a point where my shirt is completely wet. Me and tears were impossible, I'm like this. I've always been happy, that's never been an issue for me. I was successful with what I was doing, I was young and no problems. I was fine. But I'm bursting with another kind of ecstasy which is indescribable. Every cell in my body is just bursting with ecstasy. I had no words. When I shook my head and tried to ask my skeptical mind, okay, what's happening to me? The only thing that my mind could tell me was, maybe you're going off your rocker. I didn't care what it was, but I didn't want to lose it, because this is the most beautiful thing that I had ever touched, and I had never imagined that a human being could ever feel like this within himself. So when I went to my closest friends and said, see, something is happening to me like this, as I'm talking, tears would flow, and people would say, did you drink something? Did you pop something? What did you do? I knew there was no point talking to anybody, because if I just look at the sky, tears will come, if I look at a tree, tears will come, if I close my eyes, tears will come. I'm just bursting. In 6 weeks' time, everything about me changed so dramatically. And I just lost the sense of time. The next time this happened was very significant because there were people around me. I went and sat with my family at the dinner table. I actually thought it's 2 minutes, but 7 hours had gone by. I'm sitting right there, fully alert, but I have no sense of time. This happened many times. One day I'm just sitting in my farm, and I thought I sat there for about 25–30 minutes, but I have sat there for 13 days. By then a crowd has gathered, India being what it is, there are huge garlands all around me. Somebody is asking how to run his business, somebody wants to know when his daughters will get married. All the nonsense I hated just happening around me. And I actually thought it's only 25–30 minutes, but these people saying 13 days, he's sitting, he's in samadhi, he's this, that. I had not even heard these words. I grew up on, European philosophy, Camus, Kafka, Dostoevsky. You read that stuff in America? Huh? And being 60s, Beatles and this and that, I grew up like that. Me and spirituality are another world, there's no chance of me going there. So I had none of these vocabulary, samadhi, this, that stuff in me. People are saying, oh, he's in this kind of samadhi, he's in that kind of samadhi, you touch him, this will happen, and people are trying to grab me So the only thing that I could do was leave the place and travel out, just to escape this, because I couldn't figure what's happening around me. Why I'm telling you this story is, this is possible for every human being. It's my wish and my blessing. This must happen to you. Whether you climb Mount Everest or not, whether you become the richest man on this planet or not, your experience of life on this planet should be pleasant. You must live blissfully and go. That must happen to every human being. Everybody deserves it and everybody is capable of it.
साई की नगरी सतगुरु सतगुरु कबीरा कबीरा कहत कबीरा कहत कबीरा कहत कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो सुनो भाई साधो कहत कबीरा सुनो भाई साधो सुनो भाई साधो सपने में प्रीतम आवे हे सपने में प्रीतम आवे अपन यहाँ जिया की बुझावे नहरवा 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 नहरवा
Good condition, I think. It's the Asians who are sitting up in the middle of the night, the Japanese. Namaskaram to you extra, because you're sitting up in the night. Well, what is all this about? See, what you see as a human being, which I believe is yourself. Hello? Now, I don't know if you have studied a human being or you are. Or let's say what you call as myself. Your human body is a consequence of evolutionary memory. Your present type of body, whatever kind of body you have, is of genetic memory. What you know as your education is academic memory. What you know as family is memory. What you know as my wealth is actually memory. If you remove the memory, you don't know which is yours, which is not yours. Your relationships, family, everything that you are is just a heap of memory. This memory, if you have a head which is well organized, then this memory works in your favor. If it is not well organized, when you want to think about this, it'll think about that. When you want to remember this, it will remember that. What you don't want to remember always comes back to you. Happening. But that is a lack of organization. We'll see about what is the basis of organizing our head and what we call as our mind. So essentially, you're a product of memory and you're also a slave of memory. This we call, in one simple word, karma. Residual memory of life in so many ways. A whole lot of it is beyond your conscious memory, but the body remembers you must have a human form. It should not become something else. Though you're watching movies, suddenly somebody turns into a tiger, somebody turns into a snake, huh? Because those people think somehow being a tiger is better than a human being. It's a serious backward step, evolutionary step, I'm saying. Hello? A very serious evolutionary backwardness if you think being a tiger is being better than a human being. So there is a massive amount of memory, you can't imagine how much, that all this is happening the way it's happening. But memory is what makes you who you are. Memory is also that which sets up boundaries for who you are. So you come to a Sadhguru not because your back is hurting. Many of you came like that, what can I do? I'm good with that also because the doctors, when all these things happened, when I broke my head, the doctors were telling me, looking at my MRI, they're saying, you have the spine of a 30-year-old. Oh, I said, I'm disappointed, I thought it's 25. When I was just about to ride for the safe soil, when I said 30,000 kilometers in 100 days we're going to do it, then I just happened to meet some professional riders who are intercontinental riders. They're doing really long rides. And when I said this to them, I'm looking at this, then they said, nobody can sit on a motorcycle for 100 days continuously. You will have to take breaks. But with your kind of energy, if you do it, one thing is guaranteed, your back will be broken. So I'm no. So I'm good for your back also, but that is not why you come. You come to a Sadhguru because to get a script for your life which is beyond the boundaries of your memory. Right now, the script of your life is within the boundaries of your memory. This means your evolutionary memory, genetic memory, unconscious memory, various things, everything controls you within that. You want a script how to live beyond this. Only then I'm really relevant. But I can also fix your back, that's a different matter. I don't think back is not important, it's important. Because otherwise how to make you sit in the satsang? Those who are online must be sitting in a… Though I have a backrest, I don't use it. So, the important thing is how to transcend the limitations of the data that we have gathered, which you can call, a lot of it is unconscious, but even the conscious part of it, you can call it, that's your knowledge base or what is there, which you can use in so many ways, it makes your life. It helps you earn a living, it makes you transact well in the society. I'm not trying to tell you all these are not important, they are important. But the nature of a human being is such, wherever you are, you want to be something more. It doesn't settle that. So this is why in the Yoga Sutras, the first line, it's actually a chapter, is half a sentence. Patanjali wrote, "And now yoga." Because you tried everything. You tried money, wealth, sexuality, power, this, that, everything you tried. And you realized everything does something, but doesn't settle you anywhere. It doesn't liberate you in any sense. If you realize that quick enough, usually that happens on the deathbed for most people, you know, that sense of, oh, already? Have you seen this look on their face? Most of them, pain and other things are managed. When the moment of death comes, because bewilderment, I didn't even start, already? You're sending me? That's the look on their face, because they didn't realize, and now yoga. They thought, little more education, little more money, little more pleasure, little more something will settle them. Last moment, when cremation is close, oh, surprise, bewilderment. I would say 80% of the people who die, that last moment, it is not of pain, it's not of fear, it's of bewilderment. Because just suddenly you realized, you never started. Well, one important thing about this is, are you willing to step out of your memory boundaries? The boundaries of your memory are comfort zones. See, I know these 5 people. These are my friends. How? They're in my memory. Oh, they're all strangers. No, I'm not saying that to you, ladies. I'm just… Those who are not in your memory are strangers, isn't it? Those who are in your memory are family, friends, this, that. Well, how much ever memory you have, it's still very limited. Will you see those limitations at the earliest time in your life, or will you see it on your deathbed? This is a choice. This is a choice. This is the fantastic thing about human life. It's your choice right now to be blissful or miserable. What a great thing! What a great thing! No, I'm not asking for you to clap your hands. It's a great thing, hello? It's a choice. right now I can sit here depressed about something which doesn't exist. See, nothing need to exist in the world. You can cook it up right now and get depressed or no? Why don't you cook it up and make yourself blissful? If you cook something, it should taste good. So, memory is a tremendous process. Life itself is formed and taken shape like this because of accumulated memory. Suppose your body lost contact with your evolutionary memory, we don't know, you may start crawling, you may start something. It's a hypothetical thing, I'm not saying such a thing is ever going to happen. But I'm saying if you lost, body may take on some other shape. So all these accumulated memories functioning in a very organized manner makes you a human being, makes you who you are right now, but you can't organize this little thing. And this thing is causing so much. Your liver is working, right? Spleen also? Even your spleen is working, only your brain. It's working not the way you want. So what is it that doesn't allow you or doesn't allow your mind to function the way you want? It does everything other than what you want. Not always, but 10 minutes a day if it goes out of control, people will say you're crazy, yes or no? You don't have to go 24 hours out of control. 10 minutes a day if you go out of control, people will say you're crazy. So what is crazy is, your thought process has kind of lost its track. In your mind it makes absolute sense, but everybody's looking at you, oh, this happened. Shankaran Pillai's daughter Shankaran Pillai's daughter was married in America. So he went to visit her. It was very hard to get the tourist visa, there was no 100,000 fee on it. So he went there and her husband, usually they have two cars to go to the office. They have a Prius or a Tesla, electric. But they have another beast parked at home to go elsewhere. So he had a Corvette. It's the American version of a Ferrari. It's not a Ferrari, but built like that and makes a lot of noise, a big engine and everything, powerful. So, he saw this and he told the daughter, I have an international license, I can drive in America, I've got my international license. So she said, Papa, be careful, because you are a fast driver. He said, don't worry, when I can drive in India, I can drive in hell, what's the problem? So she said, okay, and gave the keys. Oh, boom, he started off. Squealing wheels, he went out. She was worried, so she was looking at the traffic, there's a traffic news going on all the time. And then after 15 minutes, she called him and said, Papa, be careful, the traffic news is saying there is some crazy man driving on the opposite side of the road at full speed. He said, what? One guy? Hundreds of people are driving on the wrong side. Oh, these Americans are crazy. Hundreds of them are driving on the wrong side. What you're thinking always looks perfectly logical and perfect, but someone else looks at you. Because all your thought is coming from the limitations of your memory. You may produce permutations and combinations of it, but it is only coming from your limited memory. Depending upon how limited it is, that is how conceited your thought will be. Now, what is making us in such a way that our own mind, which is the greatest miracle on this planet, human mind, just about everything that we have created is just a drop of this, but troubling us. You call it stress, you call it anxiety, you call it misery, you call it depression, you call it manic depression, you call it so many names. I was thinking maybe there are 6 to 8 or maybe 12 different kinds of psychological ailments. But I was talking to these top psychiatrists in UK and they tell me there are 72. 72 varieties. I said, really? 72 ways? Then I asked, what are they? One of the things stuck in my mind, they said, compulsive nose picking. No, it's not a joke, they'll be bleeding, but they can't stop. See, if your finger pokes you, you think it's a laughing matter. If your thought and emotion pokes you every day, is it not a laughing matter? Hello? Are you not laughing? Because it's you. You don't have this problem, so it looks funny, crazy. But you are every day inside yourself, poking yourself and making yourself miserable about something. Is it not a laughing matter? You must at least start that. Whenever you poke yourself, you must laugh. If you are with me, I will poke. Oh, Sadhguru, what is this? A guru is supposed to apply balm on us. Zandu balm, is it? No. I don't know what kind of expectation you have. A Sadhguru is not here to apply balm on you. He's here to strip your skin off and make you see what the hell this is all about. I didn't realize you would like it. So the same actions that human beings are performing every day are for different reasons, same things. People, like when there was a little bit economy was bad in India a few years ago, at that time the joke in Delhi was, these days women are even marrying for love. So I'm saying you can do the same act lovingly, you can do the same act with great calculation, you can do the same act in a vengeful way, you can do the same act as jihad. There's so many things, it's war. Marriage can be war, hello? See, India-Pakistan only fought 3-4 times. Within the family, you can't say in 78 years, only 3-4 times you will fight. Only thing is, you don't have BrahMos in your hand. Otherwise there would be explosions, isn't it? So, the same act can be performed with so many contexts and so many intentions. This happened in a New York City, in Manhattan. One man was walking, dragging his right foot. Then another man came, also dragging his right foot. So this man looked at him, pointed at his leg and said, "Vietnam, 1968. That guy pointed at his right leg and said, 25 feet away, dog shit. Same act. So one most important thing in your life is, you should not define yourself by your actions. This is easier said than done, but you must look at it. Let's say you're qualified as a doctor. Other people call you a doctor, it's fine, because they need to recognize you that way. But you should not think like this all the time. There was one funny doctor. When I first came to Coimbatore, he was Doctor something, I don't want to tell his name because he's still around. Everybody is calling him doctor, doctor, and this guy is tuk running around like this. Then, he wants everybody to not call him by his name, but everybody should call him doctor. He likes that. Then, if you go to a doctor as a patient, you address him as a doctor. If you just see another man, why should I call him a doctor? I'll call him by his name. And he was little uncomfortable that I always call him by his name. He was often coming here in the beginning and whatever. And then I asked, the way he was, the way he was speaking, I was wondering, is he really qualified doctor? Then I pressed somebody and asked, find out what kind of doctor he is. He is a naturopathy doctor. That means he will tell you, drink carrot juice along with apple juice and I'm not saying it's not useful, but that is… my mother who was doing it, she was not a doctor. She never insisted, I'm doctor's wife, call me doctor. So, do not identify with the activity that you perform. If you do not define yourself that way, it will release you from a whole lot of things. This simple thing you cannot do, a whole lot of you cannot do, because everybody else keeps supporting you in that direction. The whole world keeps telling you, like I was saying yesterday, if you hit a ball, they'll say, Sadhguru, you're a golfer? I say, yeah, I play golf, but I'm not a golfer. What is that supposed to mean? I would like to identify with the way I sleep. When I sleep, I'm dead. Because I sleep only 3.5 to 4 hours or little more than that. When I go, gone. I'm gone means gone. Not a single thought, not a single dream, no, nothing, just dead. So I would like to identify with that. When I sleep, I'm nothing. When I wake up also, I'm nothing. Because I'm nothing and everything is in nothing. The identity with the actions that you perform happens so easily simply because the first identity is with the body, which is a mass of memory. Then if you wish to separate, in yoga we don't separate body and mind, it's body-mind. Annamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, it's all over. If you think just with your head, you will be stressed about every little thing. If you think with your whole body, a whole lot of things you can do and it doesn't get stressed. Is there enough memory and intelligence in every cell in your body? There or no? Why aren't you using it? Not conscious enough. That's the only problem, not conscious enough. So it's not that here thought will happen in my knees. Though many times a whole lot of people have more brains in their kneecaps than people have in their head. It's not that this kneecap will generate thought process, but there is memory and there is intelligence, isn't it? Why is it not effectively useful? These days, especially among the golfing community, everybody tries to talk about, you must have muscle memory. You must have muscle memory, not here. Here, you must have memory. Well, body has memory, it recognizes so many things. It's just that you're too busy up here, so you don't notice what's happening here. If you… I don't know, you've been very busy and too many of you, maybe this side sweat, this side perfume. You are not noticing these things, maybe or maybe you did. When we first did this, I wanted at different places different kinds of fragrance, of fragrant flowers. Even now, not exactly the way we had planned at that time because the geography of the ashram itself changed so many times. But still, you will see at different places there are different fragrances. I hope you didn't overpower this with your sweat or perfume. You did notice some flowers fragrant? Actually, if you walk early morning or late evening, just alone without talking, you will see every place has different kinds of fragrances. Some are very subtle, some are strong, and it's not just in the nostrils. If you simply go by, your body gets it. It's not just about smell, it is not just about fragrance. Your body absorbs sounds. Those who are doing in the beginning, boom, boom, my thing was doing, because they're trying to adjust to the number of people who are here. If the hall is empty, half the volume will be very loud. Now you're sitting here, all of you, you're just taking away all the sound, your bodies. We have to turn up the volume much more to see that it is heard, because all these bodies are just taking it out. So, everything is like this. It's not just happening in your head. This is the problem of our schools and our universities, that we are trying to drive our whole life on one wheel. You have a car, you drive on one wheel. How long will it last? And how efficient is it? And how safe is it? This is the problem. Right now, driving on one wheel, only one aspect of life, intellect. No, you need to settle on all four wheels. It's very easy to drive if it's on four wheels. And it can do many things, it can take you places effortlessly. Well, the speed may vary from person to person, but everybody can travel the distance if you're on four wheels. So this is why when we… even now, at least at that time we were talking about it, I don't know in recent times if our Ishangas are speaking about it. When we said Isha Yoga Center, we said all aspects of yoga under one roof. Bhakti, Gnana, Karma, Kriya, everything under one roof. Because generally, Different schools are dedicated to one type of what they're doing. So if you come to inner engineering, you think, I'm an atheist. You come to Bhavaspandana, you think, I'm a devotee. You come to Shunya, again you think, I'm an atheist. You come to Samyama, then you don't know what the hell I am. These are not contradictions, these are the many limbs of life. If you don't employ all the limbs of life, you will be a cripple. Hello? This happened one day. Shankaran Pillai was in London. Anybody from London? Oh, okay. So, late night around 1:30 in the morning, in one of the suburbs in London, Shankaran Pillai is walking with one foot in the gutter, one foot on the pavement, and dragging and walking with difficulty. The London Bobby came, he saw this and he thought he's overly inebriated or he's crazy. So he came and said, what are you doing? Why are you dragging your foot in the gutter and walking like this? Shankaran Pillai asked, are you sure that's what I'm doing? He said, yes, one foot is in the gutter, one on the pavement and you're walking like this, what's your problem? Then he said, oh, thank you so much, you saved me. I thought I was a cripple. This is the whole problem. You're dragging your foot in the gutter and you think you have some problem. And there are always people ready to do business on that. You say, I'm stressful, you say, I'm anxious, you say whatever. First thing for you to understand is, you have turned your intelligence against yourself. That much you must admit, isn't it? Hello? Well, if you're not able to turn it around by yourself, maybe you need some help, that's okay. In everything we need help, isn't it? When we were very little, somebody helped us to eat. We couldn't eat by ourselves. Somebody put us on the potty, otherwise we didn't know how to do it. Yes or no? Just everything, from the simplest thing to anything and anything, somebody told us, you don't know how to turn yourself around, somebody can help you. But first thing is you must see that I'm hurting not because of something else, I'm hurting because the sharpness of my intelligence, I've turned it inside and poking myself. This much you must understand. If you don't understand that, then it once happened. Shankaran Pillai wanted to join a college, he wanted to educate himself. Because he was in UK, a grave-looking building, he saw a large grave-looking building. You know, all those old buildings in UK look… the mood itself like that, it's grave. So he thought this must be a college and went inside. And he said, I want to join up, I need a application form. They gave him and he started filling up. Then as he was filling up, he realized this is not an educational institution, this is a mental asylum. Then He said, "What is this? This is not a college, this is not a university." They said, "No, no, no, this is a mental asylum." Then he thought, already 2 pages he's filled up. He said, "What's the big difference? I'll join up anyway." Then the receptionist who was there said, "Well, not much difference, but there's one important difference. Here, unless you show improvement, we won't let you go." Unfortunately, with life, even if you don't show any improvement, still they let you pass. This is the only problem that I don't agree with. Those who don't show improvement, they must be detained. But no, everybody passes. Because of that guarantee, nobody is striving to do something about themselves. Because anyway, we will live and we'll die one day, what's the problem? So, to put fear into you, they created hell, where they will barbecue you, not for 10 minutes like a chicken, eternally. I always wondered, when I was very young, I must have been around maybe 12. And one girl who was in my class, she said, "You must come to the church and see." I didn't know all this thing about conversions, religion, I know nothing about anything. I went. And then there, the priest was talking so many things which didn't interest me. But then he was talking about hell and how it happens. And he was saying how you will burn forever if you do this, this and this. I was just wondering, these so-called sinners, what kind of material are they made of? This is my thought. A 12-year-old boy who has no religious background of any kind, grown up in a family, nobody insisted that you must be this or that. Nobody told us you must be like this or that, you will go to heaven or hell. Nobody insisted anything, so nothing in my head. My thought is very practical. If you have to burn this forever, what kind of fuel? Even nuclear fuel doesn't burn like this, even plutonium, uranium, don't do that, it gets exhausted. So I was just thinking, what kind of people must be those great guys that they call as sinners, that they will burn and burn and burn and burn. Even the sun will burn out one day. But the sinners will burn forever. I was really fascinated by these guys. Then when we were walking back, I asked this girl, "Who are the sinners?" She said, "Everybody is a sinner." And I thought, okay. Being a Hindu, we know when we burn them, in 2.5, 3 hours, those guys get burnt out. I've spent so much time in the cremation grounds, I know if you set fire to them with the right kind of fuel, 2.5, 3 hours, maximum 4 hours, it's all full ash. So probably all the people who came to the cremation ground were not really sinners because they didn't burn and burn and burn and burn. So, the problem is this: if you do not separate your intelligence from the body of memory that you carry, then your intelligence is a crooked intelligence. It thinks in a certain way. It may be useful for limited purposes, but it is not useful for liberation. because it's a trap. See, if you're identified with something, do you see your intelligence only works around that? See just nationality, see how it's working. See caste, creed, religion, gender, how it's working against each other, simply because identified with that process. Well, for social transaction, you are a man or a woman, you are an Indian or something else, all these things are fine. But within yourself, you must know, these are just arrangements we have made. Hello? Even man and a woman is just an arrangement, I want you to understand. Just an arrangement so that the next generation can come. Otherwise, everybody would be the same. So these arrangements, when you misunderstand or absolutes, then your intelligence gets twisted out. One day, a teacher in a school asked, because this was in Alabama, there was a little debate about these aspects of life. So she asked the children, is the planet round or flat? There's still a debate. If you attended certain religious schools, still it is a debate whether it's round or flat. There's nothing wrong with the debate. So Shankaran Pillai's son was also there. His eyes were popping out at the question. And a certain number of students in the class said it is flat, certain number of students said it's round. Arguments happening, if it's round, how can we walk upon it? How can we do this, that, so many things happening. Then Shankaran Pillai's son raised his hand. Not like this. Indian boy in Alabama, he can only go like this. So, teacher said, what? Said, my father always said the world is crooked. Individual experience depends in what neighborhood you're living. Yes or no? Sometimes you think, oh, people are so wonderful, fantastic. Another time you think, oh, they're so crooked. Yes or no? Happening or not? So they're not any particular way. Depending upon their identity, they will think and act that way, just like you. Their identity is different from yours, so they act the way they act. So the most important thing that a human being needs to know and do in one's life, if you are really serious about… See, anyway you will pass, I know that. See, this is a very hopeless situation for a Sadhguru to sit here. Because if I was a school teacher, I can say, at least if you don't get 35, we will detain you. But what can I do with you? It's okay, Sadhguru, say what you want. When time comes, I will pass anyway. Hello? What a pathetic state. Because no power, without power, to bring something into the world takes a lot. So it's been 43 years of slog. We've done it joyfully, but it's a lot of slog. Well, some journalists in Delhi and Mumbai think I'm always driving around in a Ferrari and Lamborghini and recently somebody said Mercedes, whatever. But they don't know it's 43 years of slog. When others slept, we worked. When others ate, we were hungry, you know. So recently, one of the doctors that I was talking to said, "Sadhguru, how long do you nap in the afternoon?" I said, what's that? Afternoon sleeping, such a thing doesn't exist in our lives. But, you know, when after the surgery they were giving me tablets which were like knocking me out. And that's the first time I'm sleeping in the afternoon and it was great. Never got to sleep in the afternoon. I was just looking, I hope he's not watching. I was just looking at my brother's life. He just gets up around 7:30, takes a short walk, comes back, has breakfast, smokes a cigarette, goes to his work, comes back at 1 o'clock, has lunch, sleeps for 1.5 hours, then again goes to his work, comes back at 8 o'clock, has a drink and meets his friends and sleeps. I was just looking at his life and said, "Hey man, you're… oh, who will work like you?" I thought, okay. The thing is this, if you are not identified with anything, everything is yours. When everything is yours, there's too much to do. When everybody is yours, there is too much stuff coming up. Hello? You just have made 2-3 people yours, how much stuff they give you to manage? When everybody is yours, you know how much stuff they bring? There are a whole lot of wonderful people who bring a lot of solutions too, but there's a whole lot of them who every day bring their stuff. There are people here living in the ashram for more than 20-25 years. Not once they have asked me, I want to meet Sadhguru." They're just doing what they have to do. But similarly, there are people who have for over 25 years, even now, every other day, they will write a letter, "I want to see you immediately because this person said this." I have seen them not 25 times in 25 years, I have seen them 50 times, but their problems won't go. At the same time, there are so many here, not once have they asked, "Sadhguru, I need to see, I have a problem." Whatever they have, they manage. It's not that they don't have issues, they have. But issues that you have in your head, you must learn to sort it out. When will you learn to handle your thought, damn it? Hello? When should a human being learn to handle their thought process? At 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, when will you learn? Wherever you are, whatever age group you are, today you must learn. Hello? Today. For this, all it takes is to sit here, distance yourself from your physiological process and your psychological process. We have given you so many tools. The powerful system of Shambhavi with which you can do. If you are, you may be a prime minister or a president of a nation, we don't know. No, you may have your own little nation, which may be 60-40 in size. And there may be a large population of 3 people. And you may be very busy. For such people, we offered miracle of mind. 7 minutes. This is only if you are either a president or a prime minister of some nation. If you're a citizen, you must do 21 minutes of Shambhavi. So, the simple aspect of the simple aspect of this is just this, that this is a mass of memory. That's all. Even your brain is part of your body. Or did you keep it somewhere and come? It's part of your body. So there is no need to separate that. But today, because we learn by dissection these days, everything, because intellect is the only instrument we use and it's a sharp instrument, we have to cut everything and see. Because of that, people are talking about, I'm talking about, scientists are talking about, as if brain is a completely separate thing. No, brain is connected to everything. If you poke yourself like this, if you feel some pain, brain is involved or not? There is no pain here. It's the brain which creates the pain so that you don't continue to poke yourself. But your brain doesn't have the intelligence to tell you, don't poke yourself internally. If physically you poke yourself or somebody pokes you, you know you should move away from that. That much intelligence is functioning. But if you're internally poking yourself, nothing tells you, I must stop this. No, he is causing it, he must stop it. You must understand this. Other people are only creating situations. Pain and suffering is caused by you. 100%? 100% it's caused by you. So if you are religious and you're acclimatizing to go to hell, it's okay with me, that's a very wise thing to do. Why don't you also burn yourself on the stove a little bit so that when they put you in that eternal fire, you may not have to scream like me. Hello? Little, daily, burn it in the fire. No, please don't do this because there are some people like that also. If it's acclimatization for hell, I want you to understand, when you are here, why do they need to build a hell infrastructure? Infrastructure is not needed. Within themselves they're doing it, isn't it? It's a wasted infrastructure because people can sit here and cause hell within themselves. Why do you need to build such a large infrastructure? Because for all the… When I asked this girl, who was about just my age also, she said, everybody is a sinner. How much infrastructure for all the dead till now? Enormous infrastructure. Please don't do this, it's wasted. Anyway, you are doing it within yourself. No infrastructure needed, it's already here. This is very, very, very simple. But this is simple only if there's a little distance between you and your body, between you and your mind. But memory is all that you have. Please look at your life and see. Memory is all that you have, isn't it? Right now you're sitting here, maybe you have a very wonderful family, but that's only in your memory, yes or no? Right now, only in your memory. No, Sadhguru, I'll text her and see. We don't know, she may have a GPT which responds to you and says all the wonderful things you want to hear. It's all memory. everything that you value is in your memory, and it is such a possibility, at the same time it's such a prison. If you want to script a life beyond the boundaries of your memory, only then you need a Sadguru. Otherwise you need a back-fixing, head-fixing person, which also unfortunately I do. See, I fixed my head, lot of people thought. There are many people who are concerned, there were other people who are happy. And when I am the way I am, it's like that. And post these two emergency surgeries, because I went about banging my head here and there. Well, the doctors told me you should not get on a motorcycle for minimum 2 years. Once the sedatives were off, first day I got on the motorcycle. I promised the doctor, when I'm on such strong sedatives, I will not ride. That'll not be nice. That'll be DUE, you know? What is that? Huh? DUI, driving under influence. So that'll be driving… So you guys know all this, you've been arrested? So I was under heavy influence of sedatives. I said, till the sedatives are on, I won't ride. The day it was off, next day I rode. Now you know I did one Trans-Canada ride. Now I did to Kailash. Then I knew the doctor he will be following me and he'll be struggling. Then I had a chat with him and said, Doctor… Then I said, you think at 18,000 feet I'll have some problem with my head, have you stitched it properly or will it open? Because the pressure difference, you know, it may just open up. I asked, Sadhguruji, whatever we say, anyway you would have gone. So, please go and come properly, don't ride on unpaved roads. Stick to the paved roads, don't fall, he said. And next day, I was on a treacherous unpaved road. And for some reason of baggage shifting here, there, I didn't have my riding shoes, I wore something else and I fell. Head didn't break. Not that kind of a fall, but first thought that came to me as I was falling was, oh my God, he told me don't fall. So I got up on road again, I didn't fall again. It's just that I had shoes which was not for riding, which just didn't work at that moment. Now why I'm telling you all this is, your body, your heart, your liver, kidney and your brains were created from inside. Am I correct? Or did you? Like these guys, did you fall from somewhere? It all created from inside, from simple food that you ate. When there is an intelligence and a competence inside, which can build your brains, if you employ that intelligence, this is not a problem. Anything can be done within this. It's my wish and my blessing. This must happen in your life, in this life. Because you're all Hindu, there's a problem. Okay, Sadhguru, next life I will do Sadhguru. It's a Hindu problem, huh? Next life, Sadhguru, I will do. This life, hello? In this life, you must know the joy of scripting a life beyond the boundaries of your memory. This is liberation. The struggles of leaving the boundaries of your memory are there. It's not simply going to be like that. On that day, 43 years ago, around this time, because around 7:30, 7:40 I left the Chamandi Hill and came down, I must have been down near my office. This is the day, it was a Thursday on that day. Thursdays are the day when we… whatever that week, because we are in construction, whatever material we have purchased in that week, we largely pay at that day, on that day, Thursday. There are some materials like steel and other things which we pay on Friday, but generally sand, stone, bricks, these kind of things on Thursday, because most of this business was dealt by the Muslim community in Mysore city. They don't want it on Friday, they want it on Thursday. So that's a day of big haggling. You have to haggle. Construction industry is like this. One very wise man who was 80 when I met him, who was deep into construction at one time, he built parts of the Mysore palace. He used to tell us, you boys have gotten into this business is like this is like taking water from the well with a bucket full of holes. If you pull it out quickly, you get something. If you pull it out slowly, you will have an empty bucket. So, certain daily negotiations for time and money is going on endlessly. Otherwise, there'll be nothing on the last day when you settle the bills. So, this is a day of haggling. I came and it's an office where it's a bit long, narrow and long kind. I came and parked my motorcycle there. Park means I'm still sitting on it with the engine on. Those days, it's a two-stroke engine plus, we have tuned them in a certain way. It's zero idle. If you just cut the throttle, it'll go off. You have to keep doing that to stay it on. So I sit there and do drun, drun, drun. I look at him and things are happening, a lot of business. About 15 to 16 people are standing there for their chance to get their bills settled. And my partner handling these things and he looks, why am I not coming in? I looked at this whole situation and just suddenly I was a stranger. Something I've been doing passionately, suddenly I'm a stranger to the whole thing. I just looked at this and I thought, I can't sit here and do this. Above all, if I sit there, I'll get what I want, just like that. And that's not fair. So I just engaged the gear and left. My partner was looking, what happened? An important day to settle all these bills and he's going away. I went away. And then I'm supposed to go home, but one thing that is creating a little bit of a struggle in me is, other people I can handle, I can drop them out. My mother is a little bit of a problem. And I don't want to go home because I don't know how to look at her because I'm a total stranger. Complete stranger I've become. Within a matter of few hours, I don't dare to look at her as a stranger because she looks at me like I'm a part of her. I can't look at her like she's nothing. So I went and sat, there's a tank, a large lake in Mysore called Kukkarhalli tank. Mysore people here? So, this was one of my places where I used to go and sit. I wrote a lot of poetry on the banks of that poem and the banks of that lake and all that stuff in the past, but so I went and sat there. And I simply sat there, eyes open because I didn't want to close my eyes because again if I go off, I kept my eyes open looking at the lake. I waited till it's 11 o'clock and hoping that my mother will go to bed, I'll quietly slip in and eat my dinner. So I switch off the motorcycle without any sound, I'll slip it in, park and quietly go up because those days we don't have key to the front door. But I have a way of getting into the house, which nobody knew how. But I had a way of getting into the house. I got into the house quietly, like a thief. Slowly I went, I'm too hungry. This was a serious problem in my youth, I was always hungry. So this probably was a training. Later on, when I started working, I was hungry because of the situations. But I was pretty much acclimatized to living hungry. So not eating for 1 day, 2 days was not an issue and went on like that. So I quietly slipped in and trying to sit at the table, my mother woke up and came. Because she can… I don't know whether she can smell me or feel me or what, I was not smelling bad, but I don't know how, she just knows that I've come in. And she came and, "Why so late? Can't you come and eat on time?" She's saying. I put my head down and I don't want to look at her face. I just ate, putting my head down, she went on talking to me, I didn't want to say anything. And I finished that and just slipped into my bedroom. Why I'm telling you this is, living outside the boundaries of your memory initially takes a lot of courage, lot of courage. Doesn't come easy. But once you have transcended the prison of your memory, that's a fantastic space to be. It's my wish that all of you should know this. All of you should know this, Hindus. In this life, I'm sure there are questions, is it? Please. Please, the microphone.
Sadhguru, tu jodha.
Where are you, madam? Oh, okay.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
I said yes.
Sadhguru, I started Miracle of Mind meditation and I would like to understand how does it work?
Can you just repeat that, please?
Me or somebody near you?
No. This monitor, please. Now coming closer won't help, you just hold it like this.
Okay. Is it better? Yeah. I was saying, I just started Miracle of Mind meditation and I would like to understand how does it work? Have you done some energy process with it, Sadhguru? So that repeating the words become like a mantra?
First thing, did it work or not for you?
Yes, definitely. And it works around people around me also.
All right, all right.
So, how does it happen?
How does it work? See, you don't know how your liver works, how your kidney works, how your spleen works. You don't know how your watch works. You don't know how your phone works, isn't it? But you learn to use it. So the app also. Just learn to use it because, see, it's like this. You buy a phone, in 10 minutes you learn how to use it, or maybe in 1 hour you learn to use it. But if you have to make a phone, how long do you think the training will be for you? We don't know, it may take a whole lifetime. So similarly, using something is one level of involvement, making the same thing is another level of involvement. So, please use it and make a miracle out of your mind. That is the important thing. How it works doesn't matter, it works. If you want to know how it works, wherever you're from, you come here. How long should I come, Sadhguru? 3 days? No, not like that. You must come without a departure date. Because exploring certain things will not happen with, I'm leaving this weekend. How can I know this? You cannot happen like that. This is like… See, how much time does it take to create something like this? Well, we are fortunate that Adiyogi gave a fundamental fabric. We are only stitching clothes out of it. If that fundamental fabric was not there, we don't know how many lifetimes we would have taken to realize that. The fundamental fabric is there, that is the advantage of being in this civilization. That there is a fundamental fabric, if you're willing, you can stitch it up. When your fundamental fabric is how to burn this body eternally, then it's difficult because the samskaric stuff is not there, it needs lot more work. Not that it's not possible, for every human being it's possible. But to undo some things in your mind takes so much time. Have you seen simple things, habits that you picked up, to undo them, how long it takes? Not because if you are born in this place, you are better off than somebody else. No, it's all a question of willingness. First of all, to become meditative, to even become liberated or enlightened or whatever you want to call it, it is not a question of competence, it's a question of willingness. That is why instead of wasting your time trying to figure out how, just if you sit with devotion, it'll happen. Otherwise, it'll get complicated. Please, microphones.
Sadhguru, we have some questions from the online audience. Jayant from Hyderabad.
It's not clear to me, it's loud, but can you make this sharper, please? Too much bass, I can't hear.
Jayant from Hyderabad is asking, Sadhguru, I think all the ignorant ones are ignorant in a unique way. Someone is chasing money, someone is going after power.
Can you hear, all of you? Can you hear that question? Tell me, I'm not able to hear. Can you say it just like that without the microphone to me? Say it there, say it down, hello. Well, see, it's not for me. I have never taken such liberty to comment about somebody else's realization, it's theirs. If it's worked for them and if it's worked for the people who sat with them, I have no business to sit here and make a judgment, how was their enlightenment, is it better than mine or am I better than them? It's stupid stuff. I will not go into that. Let me tell you this. We were talking about this all this time. Liberation or enlightenment or realization or whatever you want to call it, I think the appropriate word is realization, because other things give a different picture in your head. If you say liberated, you think I'm going to fly off somewhere like that. If you say enlightened, you think some bulbs will come on now. Realized is good word, because realize means you didn't invent anything. You didn't create something. It was always here. You were so stupid you didn't see it. Today you saw it. This is realization. This is my experience, that I realized on that day that how I made myself so limited. I don't know what happened to them, but it looks like it worked for them, so I'm fine with that. But what happened to them? Stop being Gautama's or Mahavir's psychiatrist. What happened in his head on that day? You are not competent to do that. Nor are you competent to analyze my psychiatry, because you'll go crazy. If you try to analyze me, you will go nuts, I'm telling you, assured. Because you have only seen me sitting on stage like this, or in social situations where I'm using tiny part of myself to transcend. Large part of me is something else. You shouldn't see that, because if you see that, you will fall into it and disappear. Please, microphone.
Sadhguru, right front, your right front.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. I would like to know about
I need translator.
I would like to know about dejavu, because I feel some events in my life are repetitive in nature.
Oh, dejavu means in 2024 also you were here. Well, I'm not being totally dismissive about it. 1% of the time of how it is claimed may be true, possible. 99% of the time, the only way people can relate to something is, I had past connection with this. If you like somebody very much, maybe I knew him in my past life. I go through this torture quite often. Sadhguru, was I with you in my past life? I say, if you were with me in my past life, that means you're a failed candidate. Again you have come to bother me. No good. You're here now, and that's important. Were you with me in my past life or not is not important. This is why I'm telling you, the whole thing is ruled by memory. You want some memory to sit here with me today, because if suppose in your past life you're connected with me, now past life also I was here with him, that's why I'm here with him. No, goddammit, this is the first day you're seeing me. Open your eyes, peel your eyes and see if there is any value or not. If there is value, be here, if not, go. That's all there is. Dejavu. Please, anybody take the…
Ladies side, back.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Yeah, how come her voice is clear?
Is enlightenment really the final destination, or is there something beyond that that we do not know of?
See, all this time I've been talking about this only. But probably you had this question in your memory. And you had to ask. See, just look at this. This is a body of memory. Everything that you know is memory. Everything that you have is memory, yes or no? If you step out of this, how many stages are there in that? If you step into nothingness, how many varieties of nothingness? There are trillion varieties of something. There are no trillion varieties of nothing, isn't it? When I say nothing, oh Sadhguru, you're going to make us nothing. Because socially being nothing means being useless, no good, whatever. No, we're not talking about that. You need to put a hyphen between no and thing. You become no thing. Because all things are made of memory. If an atom, why an oxygen atom is the way it is and why a uranium atom the way it is, there is a memory which sets them up like that. Why the solar system is the way it is and some other galaxy is some other way, it's a certain memory which sets it up. So, everything that you know as material is a consequence of a certain type of memory. It may not be conscious, but it is a certain type of memory, but actually it is also conscious, not the way you think is consciousness is, but it is conscious. So, if you step out of the world of memory, how many stages do you think can be there? Please. Please, microphone.
Sadhguru,
Namaskaram, Guru Garu. Sadhguru, I've been coming here since 2019, being a Sadhanapada participant here.
So, please can you hold it?
It has been a wonderful experience being with you all the time.
Oh.
But whenever I want to be here, there's a lot of resistance that's coming from the family, especially your mother. Every time I've come here, it feels like some part of me is being towed from home. Can you guide me? How do I go ahead from here?
No, domestic situations, you must handle it yourself.
I've tried, Sadhguru, but constantly failing.
I'm glad it's your mother. I'm glad you didn't bring your wife into the picture. I don't want to tell you how to extricate yourself from relationships. Not for me to say that. You must understand, if your mother, if you say, "Mother, I'm going away to the ashram, never coming back," if she says, "I'm glad, please go," you know what that means. She says, "No, you cannot go." If she doesn't say that, she's not a mother. Hello? Because every idiot thinks they're going to do something, but they may take 5 steps there and turn all over the place. A mother is concerned whether you're really going there or you'll get lost on the way to Coimbatore itself. And it is the right kind of concern. A mother should be concerned, otherwise how is she a mother? She is concerned. You have to show that this is genuine desire within me that is not going to change tomorrow morning. Well, anyway, if your mother does not put up stiff enough resistance, when you come here, we will do it anyway. You are here for 6 months, one day somebody will come, one Ma, one Swami will come. Tomorrow you must vacate your room and leave. No, I want to stay. No, you need to go away for 6 months and then come back. But where do I go? That's your problem, you must solve. So here also, they will do worse things than your mother does in terms of resisting, because we don't want some frivolous idiots to come and simply stay here because food happens to be very good, I believe, today. Hello? So we don't want that, we want real seekers. So if you show your mother you are a genuine seeker, she will look beyond that. I believe 100% that your mother is doing what she was doing out of her concern for your well-being, not out of her resistance for spiritual process. I don't think so. It's generally her concern. Where this fool… because she knows you, you know. Where this fool will go and do some stuff for 3 days and again come back. She has her fears knowing you for so many years. She's brought you up, she knows you, who knows? So you have to show that what I am seeking is really true and I'm going absolutely no matter what, I will strive and thrive where I go. This you must show. Your mother will also tell you, you must get married. What does that mean? She's not trying to hold you forever, she wants you to go, but she thinks it's best she hands you over to another woman. She's a woman, what to do? Please, microphone. Spread the microphone, don't be in one area, please.
Sadhguru, left. Namaskaram, Sadhguru. My name is Natalie. I have heard stories where Ramakrishna gave an experience of samadhi to Vivekananda, and then Vivekananda's spiritual journey started it possible for me also to experience enlightenment for a moment.
This is a question coming from an ice cream parlor. You want… You want to have a taste of every flavor before you can make up your mind. Or maybe you're that kind, you'll taste every flavor and say, and go. But you can't go to the same shop again. So, can you give us a taste of enlightenment? Well, we have done this in many ways. You sat in a program, you forgot to eat, you forgot to go to the toilet. This is a bit of enlightenment. No, I'm saying you move little away from the body. That little bodily things are not bothering you as much as it would elsewhere. That's a moment away from that. Because the programs these days, generally I'm not physically there, though in many ways I've invested myself in all that. A lot of people experience programs in my absence as if I'm there, because I'm there. And… because still, see, out of your five senses, you still 70% you depend on your visual senses, what you see. If you go into the forest or even if you have a dog at home, not those poodles and all, I don't know what they do. Because they have hairstyles just like you, they have… I don't know, are you putting lipstick on them also? They are different. A real dog, I'm talking about a real dog. If he wants to know something, he puts his nose up. He doesn't try to see, because his vision is not as good as ours. He doesn't see the colors that you're seeing, so he depends on his nose. And he knows. Yes or no? So, different animals depend on different things, but humans, nearly 70%, you depend on your visual apparatus. Being that, if we, let's say, lap of the master without me sitting here, some people will say, what lap, he is only not here. We can do a very effective program, experientially fantastic, but isn't it? So because of this, since last year, we opened up open is not the thing, we unleashed a new program called Ecstasy of Enlightenment. So, how many of you been there? Oh, you have. So the idea is not to teach anything, not to confuse you with complex principles of life and death and whatever, just rub it on you. Because when it first happened to me, my only intent was somehow to rub it on people. Because I saw I didn't have to do anything. You know, I was traveling, those days we travel by train. Every year I'm going for the Himalayan trek by myself quietly, and I'm traveling in a train, you know, you're like this with people. One family comes in, husband and wife, and one girl who's like 17, 18 years of age, and a boy who must be somewhere 10, 12 years of age. And I'm sitting at the window because I'm always at the window, otherwise I'll be at the door. Then when they come, I say, they just sit. At that time I'm boiling inside, not this organized, just bursting. I'm not doing anything crazy outside, I'm very stable and like that, but so this girl, some 17, 18-year-old girl, she looks at me, you know, she's sitting just 3 feet away from me. Then I just keep looking out of the window. Then her father, what's happening, what's happening, this. He's talking Telugu people. I just pretended I don't know the language and I just looking out the window. He's asking her, what happened, what happened? I thought, oh my God, what's coming to me? She's pointing at me like this. She said, what happened? What did he do? This he's doing. I'm just looking out of the window, I don't even… I understand the language fully, but I'm just looking out of the window. See, he's asking, what did you do, what did you do? Then the mother was a little, this thing, and I like to be at the window because the whole night I'll be gazing out of the window. But she wants to go up, she's not able to go up, she's struggling. I said, please, you sleep here, I'll go up because this girl is showing at me like this. After the lights are off, and in the night if she points at me like this, So anyway, wonderful to have all of you here for these 3 days. Please make use of this space. Don't… She's just tears coming out. So, don't ever say Sadhguru's ashram. This was not built for him, by him, but for you. This is an infrastructure. This is an infrastructure that's designed to take you beyond the lines that you have drawn for yourself. So when you're here, don't bring your home and city here. When you leave here, take the yoga center with you to your city and your home. As I said, you need integrity of purpose. You're here, there, it doesn't matter. The fundamental purpose of your life, you must fix it. If you don't fix it, you will go here and there. And because you're Hindu, most of you, next life I will try. Don't do that. I'm still here. See, I've tied up my head properly, not going to fall apart easy. Tested it on all kinds of altitudes, it's not going to fall apart. So I'm here for sufficient amount of time. Make use of this. And we want to ensure that infrastructure like this or much bigger than this should be happening in many places. And as a part of this, in United States we're building a whole city, a yogic city, first of its kind, 27,000 acres of land. And it's a lot of work. If you thinking you don't have enough work, I have a lot of work. There and here, in India, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata… wait, Hari, wait. What is it, you running a bus service or something? Bangalore, 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 Wait. So, Bangalore is already in the process. Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata and Hyderabad, these 5 centers should come up. Why I am saying this is, we are at a juncture. As a world and as a nation, we are at a juncture. If we do not turn sufficient number of people inward, most will go crazy or become addicted to something. Don't think I'm making some extreme prediction, it's not a prediction. It's already happening, you're not seeing till it happens to you. Just those of you who just lived in India, didn't travel outside, just tell me in the last 25 years, what is the percentage of increase in alcohol consumption? 10,000%? 20,000%? Probably more, isn't it? Drugs, you won't know because it doesn't smell. People who run colleges and schools, high school, 10th, 11th standard girls are zonked out and sitting like this. Even if you do this, they don't know eyes are open. They're just zonked out every day when they come to school. If they have enough money, they'll do this, otherwise they'll do many other things to make that money. So these things are happening because what look like anchors, reading a religious book, going to church, mosque, temple, whatever was settling them, that is no more happening. There are not enough anchors in the society, so they're finding their own stuff. Before they find their way out, a few generations may be destroyed. It's happening at a pace that you can't imagine. If you look at the numbers of how many are on this, is unbelievable. You won't believe. That level is happening. Innocent-looking, school-going children, even in Coimbatore city, it's happening. Some incidents happened recently which were so ugly. So, if you are a sensible human being, you act before things go out of control. If you are a fool, you will sit and lament after it goes out of control. And there are various other situations also which can go out of control. So one thing that is necessary is, we need to stabilize human beings. More stable and more sensible human beings we need on this planet. In your country, in your home, you need them. Otherwise, life will become such a mess. And it's such a tragedy because we have worked for centuries to bring this level of comfort and convenience in human life. Never before, never ever before, any generation ever knew these kind of comforts and conveniences, especially ladies, I'm telling you. Never before a woman's life was as good as it is today. There are religions where everyday prayer includes this aspect that, oh God, ensure that I'm never born as a woman. Because a woman's life has always been so difficult for various reasons, religious reasons, social reasons, just a question of convenience and scarcity. I want you to just imagine, I'm sorry I'm using such examples. If let us say there is no water in your tap, you have to go to the river, which may be 2-3 kilometers away, and get water. You've seen all those very romantic scenes in Hindi movies, they'll be carrying one mud pot here and here. The actress is carrying an empty pot. If you fill it, it is 10 to 12 kilograms on the head, another 10 to 12 kilograms here. The village woman is carrying weight. An actress is carrying a decorated pot like this, and then she'll sing and she'll dance, romanticizing people's suffering. This has happened a lot. But you wouldn't want to be carrying that pot, isn't it? Symbolically, it's okay, empty pot. But daily, that's how water comes into your house. Would be a terrible life. Worse, let's say there are no toilets. Today, you use the toilet, flush it, you don't have to see what you did, it's gone. Not a simple arrangement. Hello? It's not a simple thing. Just that one arrangement is not there in our lives. Just see, in the morning you have to walk around looking for privacy, how terrible it is. Hello? So never before it's been this good. Don't mess it up with issues in your head. Never before the world was better organized than the way it is today. Of course, still there are wars and horrible situations in some places, but large parts of the world are better organized and more comfortable than ever before, particularly to women. So don't mess it up with your own stuff. Unload your stuff today here before you leave. Make that happen. Is it over? That's fine. Is the webcast over, huh? Still on? Hey, you guys are still there? I thought you're gone. I thought we will meditate without you. What's happening? The flowers. Namaskaram, all of you who've been online with us. Namaskaram, and we hope to have you here this year sometime. Before next September comes, be here and make use of this space, and let's create more spaces which are dedicated to inner well-being of the human being. Unprejudiced, without the distinction of caste, creed, gender, race, no matter what nonsense you have. Beyond that, inner well-being for human beings, that's what the purpose of these centers are. Be a part of this and let's make it happen. Thank you very much.
Shambhavi